There's a big thing here. Look at that. That's the big Mallee bull. Hee hee. This is Birchip. Crossing the border into New South Wales. Just about to cross the Murray River. How exciting. Here we go. Woohoo! Oh, Murray again. It's good to be back. Woot woot. We're in New South Wales. How awesome is that? On the way to Queensland for the Busking Festival. Super excited. The famous Ute of Deniliquin. That looks so cool. Effie, you are now in the self-proclaimed Ute capital of the world. How cool is this? So they have the Denny Ute muster here every year. For my American friends, a Ute is what they call a pickup truck here in Australia. And there's a sign telling you why it's the Ute capital of the world. I've just woken up. It's 7:30 in the morning, day 2 on the road. And I woke up because I can hear all the other campers at the caravan park. I'm at Giraldary Caravan Park, so I drove about 370 kilometers, I think it was, yesterday, and I've made this trip. I'm breaking it down into really a lot shorter days. Like I'd planned to do around 250 kilometers a day instead of my usual 500 kilometers a day that I used to do, because just so I don't get so worn out, so that I've got some energy by the time I get to the festival. I didn't get any sleep the night, 2 nights before. So Monday night, Pixie had her public access test on Tuesday, so I have this weird brain thing where if I have something on the next day, I really struggle to get to sleep the night before, so I didn't get to sleep till about 2:30, I think it was. Oh, there they go. There goes another caravan behind me there. I don't know if you can see now, it's too bright out there, but anyway, another caravan leaving behind me. Yeah, 2:30 in the morning I got to sleep, then I woke up at 7:30, and her test wasn't until 1 o'clock, but there was a lot of running around and paperwork to get, and it was the whole process of it was quite stressful. But anyway, good news, she passed, so that's great. But then the next day is when I decided to do this trip to go to this festival. I thought, no, I'd been yes, no, umming and ahhing about whether or not I could actually do it physically. The big drive, as well as all the, festivaling stuff. And I decided, Pixie did well, and I was happy, and I'm like, yep, I can do this. And I was going to put the kayak on the back of the truck because it's been sitting at the storage unit for the last couple of weeks. I haven't really needed it. It's been cold. And, I wanted to take it because I was thinking, oh, it'd be nice, to be able to have that solitary time and go for a little bit of a paddle in between, the music stuff. But then I was like, oh, I'm too tired to actually go to the shed and put it on, and I've still got to hitch up the caravan, and in the end I took myself out of it and left it behind, which I'm kind of regretting already, because I'm thinking I'm only playing like in the afternoons. I'm not going to be listening to music all the time, and it would have been a good way to get away, because the event is called Buskers on the lake, so it is on the lake. But anyway, doesn't matter. The main thing is I just wanted to check in because the drive was really fun and I was really enjoying it, and I'm like, yeah, you got this, Lisa, it's all good, like I don't feel like I'm consciously aware of my limitations until I push them. And I thought I was doing great, and then woke up this morning and could not feel my hands at all. Like they were like so puffy and swollen. I mean, it's all right now. I've been kind of lying here awake or dozing in and out, just trying to rest as much as possible for about an hour now. And yeah, they're working, but they're very swollen. They're like just really puffy and very sore. And I can only assume it's from holding onto the steering wheel. I did try to make sure I put one hand down as regularly as possible and not be gripping really tight and, you know, taking turns resting my hands. But with the truck, you know, with any old car, the steering wheel is really big and it kind of wobbles and jiggles around a bit. And when you're towing, you have to be a lot more conscious of, you know, I always tell people this: towing a caravan takes about 25% more brain power than just driving that route on its own in a car. And driving it in an old car with a caravan probably takes an extra 25% on top of that. So it is definitely more exhausting physically and mentally, because you're really having to focus all the time. But it was a really nice, pleasant drive because it was back roads, country, barely anyone behind me the whole way, you know. Now we're back on the Newell Highway and it's going to get a little bit more, you know, a bit more busy. Obviously there's quite a few caravanners here and we're all heading in the same direction. So yeah, and unfortunately it's raining today and forecasting rain for the next couple of days and flood warnings for the places up north. You know, inland New South Wales rivers, flood warnings from all the rain they've had. Further east, the rivers must flow east to west or something, which I always thought rivers flow towards the ocean, but I don't know. That's what somebody told me anyway, that maybe it's the, you know, the rain from this side of the Great Dividing Range, the rivers flowing this way. So that's concerning. There's part of me, you know, was thinking yesterday, because I'd felt so good after the drive and got in here at about 3:45 and I was feeling fine, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll push through and try and get, you know, instead of stopping in the two places, I'll push straight through and try and get as far north as possible to get ahead of this weather as quickly as possible. But feeling the way my hands feel right now, I did sleep really well last night though. I ended up taking an NDEP, which is what the doctor had given me for nerve pain and for my interstitial cystitis pain, because that's been the problem. That's when I can't sleep at night because I'm waking up so often. I'm not waking, I don't even wake up. I literally just keep getting up and getting up and getting up, and I don't even fall asleep until such time as that seems to settle down at some point. So I don't like taking these tablets because they make you gain a lot of weight really quickly, and they give me really bad headaches, which I have got a headache today because I took one last night and the night before just to get some sleep. And I'd only had maybe 5 hours sleep, not last night, night before I had to do this drive. So yeah, really, this is what I mean by being conscious of pushing myself. Like, you know I look like I'm bright and bubbly and have heaps of energy and stuff like that, but it's a constant process of having to really analyze, you know, trying to avoid that moment of hitting the wall, which you never know is when it's going to come until that moment that you actually hit the wall. So, and the anxiety that goes with that, that's what keeps me up. You know, plotting and planning how many kilometers and how much petrol and how much money is it going to cost and where am I going to stay, and you know, really being aware of the fact that I really can't push it too far. So yeah, that's where I am. Anyway, I'll keep doing as much video as I can of the trip. I mean, I'm no regrets. I'm enjoying it so far, but it is only day 2, so the plan is to get a couple of days rest, hopefully up in Mullaney, my old hometown, before I head down to the festival. That's the plan. Regenerate my battery somewhat before I do the performing part of the whole thing. And yeah, I will keep you posted, but so far so good. And at the moment, I can still say my little catchphrase: I am loving my road tripping life as always. going. I was going to stop at West Wyalong, but this rain and flooding, it's just increasing everywhere at the moment. And the road that I'm just coming along now, the SES, I saw them racing past me, and they've actually parked up there where the water is probably about to cross the road, and it looks like they might close that road if it keeps going. So yeah, you can see behind me there, it's just water everywhere. So very much flooding here. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going north until I get ahead of this weather band and all this low-lying rain before they close the road, basically. Seems to happen every time I come this way, so I'll keep you posted. But yeah, a lot of water around, and nobody in a caravan heading north. They're all coming the other way. Water, water, water everywhere. Wow. Crazy. That is not a river. That is just floodplains, absolutely covered in water. We've just pulled into camp at my second camp for the trip to Queensland. I'm at Peak Hill, little caravan park that another caravaner recommended to me because it's nice and people are really friendly. They've got a really well-stocked shop in the office, and it was $27 a night, which is good because I think I had, after I filled up petrol today, I've got something like $28 left in my bank account until my pension comes in tomorrow, so that worked out really well. I ended up driving a lot further than I had originally planned for today. I was going to stop at West Wyalong, but with all that flooding happening down there and the rain, it just was not stopping, and the SES guys on the side of the road and stuff, I was like, try and get as far north of the weather. And as you can see, it's now not raining up here, so that's good. I feel a lot safer now. I'm tired. I definitely hit the wall. I was going to go a little bit further to get the other side of Dubbo, and I decided no, I could feel myself starting to get a bit weary, so I thought, oh, I remembered Peak Hill. And look at this. I just found this, you see, found this track behind the caravan park. So just track through the bush. We always try and go for a walk in the afternoon. Even if I'm on the road, I'll take Pixie for her afternoon walk every day because she loves it. So yeah, bonus to find a little bush track like this just off the Newell Highway. And I haven't looked at the maps to work it out, but I've got a feeling I must be just about halfway, close to it, if not. Truck's going great. Everything's been great. No incidents, no mishaps. So I just had to top up the oil today, put about another litre of oil, but it's got a little bit of a slow oil leak. But the mechanic checked it over the day I left. I took it to the mechanic, and you know, once it'd been serviced like a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago I guess now, but I always get it serviced before I do a big trip and pull in just before I leave to just check all the air pressures and all the hoses and all the fluids, make sure everything's tickety-boo. Got some extra oil off him because I was getting a bit low on my reserve oil. I always carry 5 litres of oil around with me. With an old car, it's just par for the course. You just got to check the oil and top up the oil pretty much constantly. So yeah, I'm a happy camper. I'm tired. Had a really nice shower at the Geraldary Caravan Park and felt quite refreshed. That was the other reason why I wanted to stop in here rather than push through any further too, was because I really want to cook up my big special bean dish that I make with beans and corn and rice, and I'm getting quite excited about that. All going well, so far so good, and yeah, loving it, aren't we, Pixie? Love the red dirt. What do you reckon, Pix? Pretty good, hey? That's the amenities block up there, which is really, really nice. And there we are down here with the drive-through site, which is perfect. I don't have to unhitch because I'll be hitting the road again tomorrow morning. So that's our camp for the night. And we're off to cook some dinner now.